I'll tell you this. I think it's funny that remember how I talked about last week how like these people kind of like the perspective like a lot of these guys that have these podcasts and stuff, and you know, guys that used to write for WWE like that are following Twitter and stuff, everything like, and just people that are like in the business, but like their perspective on some of this is just like so like weird. Okay. And this is how far like when we grew up watching wrestling and like compared to what it's gotten to now, like remember I said like work rate has like gotten so important,
yeah,
and it's basically, you know, it's more important than characters and storytelling and stuff like that. All everybody cares about is work rate, bro. It's unbelievable the amount of people that are like in the business kind of or like write about the business that are like upset that Kane beat Finn Balor,
right?
And I'm like, okay, you know, I'm like, dude, like when they talk about Kane squashed Balor or Kane beat Seth Rollins, or I can't believe they did the, you know, like Kane's best days. I'm like, you know what? I go, maybe to kind of like maybe change your guys' perspective. Why don't we have them fight the guys for real? And then we'll see what Kane can do. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, bro, it's like that's the thing. The suspension of disbelief has gone so far astray from what it should be that if you're a good worker, no matter how big you are, you should always beat the guy if you're a better worker than him. Like if you're against all logic sometimes.
Right.
You know, a 190-pound guy should beat a 325-pound guy maybe once out of every 50 times they fight each other, and that would be on a fluke. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the fact that these people get so upset at this, I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? I'm like, we're trying, like, you know, Kane being a monster is like, it's like, I don't mind it because for storytelling purposes, that's a good thing to put on the show because the show needs more stronger characters. And plus, they're trying to build the guy for Braun Strowman. You know,
well, the thing is, here, what I think happens, Disco, and tell me, Joe, what you think about this because you're a fan.
Yeah.
You know, you're a big fan, and there's nothing wrong with that. So what happens is a lot of times fans, when they listen to another guy that was a writer or was, you know, or is a fan just like them, they're hearing it from another fan's perspective that sometimes won't talk down to them, and sometimes maybe we talk down to them because we're like, well, what do you know? You're a fan. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there is a difference. When there's a big difference between being a fan and being behind the scenes and being a professional wrestler and seeing what you don't see. And it's the same thing, bro. If I heard from a baseball player, if he sat down and he started explaining to me the inner workings of baseball, I'd be so interested. I wouldn't be like, oh, well, you're wrong here, you're wrong there.
Like on MLB Network when A-Rod and these guys are on sometimes.
Right.
John Snow,
right.
You know,
right.
Yeah.
You're just like, wow, man, A-Rod is spitting knowledge. You know, Ortiz, you know, these are guys that are, or even in football.
Real quick sidebar to that. Did you see that I think it was on Fox, I forget what it was on, it might have been on Fox, when Pete Rose was dropping knowledge about hitting to Alex Rodriguez, and Alex Rodriguez was marking out.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that one?
Yeah.
That was like, wow. I go, think about that.
Right.
Alex Rodriguez, one of the greatest hitters ever, and Pete Rose is dropping knowledge on him, and Alex Rodriguez is like, I'm learning here.
Right.
You know
I saw a picture in the dugout of because my cousin, he helps rep Yasiel Puig, and you remember when I brought Alex Rodriguez to Nitro once?
Oh yeah,
100%. In Fort Lauderdale. Yeah. So he took a picture of Puig and Rodriguez together in the dugout, and I was just thinking, wow, can you imagine all the knowledge that A-Rod is dropping on Puig? You know what I'm saying? And so I think that sometimes when fans hear from a fan's perspective, where they're talking to them and not over them, sometimes fans are willing to listen to that opinion. Let me tell you the difference here, okay? And the difference between having smaller guys going against bigger guys, okay, is that if you're like Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Juventud Guerrera even, okay, if you wrestle against bigger guys and you show fight, like you look like if I hit you a few times, I'm gonna hurt you.
Yeah,
like that's believable. When you're just like doing a bunch of like wrestling moves and you don't bring fight when you're fighting a bigger guy, there's no way you should beat the guy Eddie used to fight Eddie Ray, Hoovy, Benoit. They used to throw good, vicious-looking strikes. It looked like they look like if you met these guys in a parking lot and fought, they might kick your ass. Even Ray throws a great punch. I just think way too many guys in that show don't look like they can bring the fight. You know what I'm saying? And like when they lose, I'm like, well, they didn't really look like they could win to begin with. You know, you know what I'm saying? I think that's a lost thing that a lot of these guys don't have. That a lot of these wrestling fans that are looking at work rate and stuff and everything, and thinking that like these the spots and the acrobats mean more than they really do, are ignoring the fact that these guys don't throw punches very good.
Yeah, but
when you're getting beat up by a bigger guy, you got to be able to fight back. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't bring the fight, it doesn't really. Why should the big guy lose to you?
Are you a Nakamura fan, Joe?
I was in NXT, not as much since he came up. Really, I don't know why. Maybe.
What do you think? What do you think about what Disco just said?
Well, I was going to say if we're talking about like Kane versus Finn Balor, isn't there like 12 other guys that you could have put in there to lose to Kane? I'm only saying, and I'm not even that big a Finn Balor fan, but if you're WWE and this guy's the demon and you're marketing him as the special thing and stuff, then why is he losing to Kane in 8 minutes on Raw? That doesn't seem like
the demon didn't lose to Kane. Finn Balor did.
Right.
That's that's where I think they're going.
The distinction, yeah,
is because there's so much 50-50 booking on the show. They're saying to themselves, "Oh, this is perfect. We can just beat Balor and have the demon go over." You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you that's their thinking.
Yeah, but if they're setting him up for Strowman,
if the thinking, the fans don't see that. That's why I say there's always a fan's perspective and the behind the scenes. What story are you trying to tell? Where are you trying to go?
Yeah.
Who are you trying to build? Who are you trying to give the rub to? They don't know that. They're just Finn Balor's a great wrestler and he shouldn't be losing to Kane. And yeah, there probably is 12 other guys that he would lose to, and I wouldn't have him losing to Kane. But if they're going to do a correlation between the Demon and Finn Balor, there's going to have to be a point where he just keeps coming out as the Demon. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you this too. What if that this has been discussed in booking meeting, because this is the type of discussion you would have storyline wise, is that you're saying, okay, here's Finn Balor, you got the Demon. The Demon doesn't come out that much, but when the Demon does, he's very vicious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what happens now if we start seeing the Demon more and more? Finn Balor is more and more vicious. Finn Balor is showing more dark side of him, and like you can turn the Demon heel.
And it's like the alter.
You know what I'm saying? It's a strong character.
Yeah, like I say, they don't know what they're. Yeah, they don't know what's coming up. Yeah.
But so the point being is like, everybody's sitting there talking about, I can't believe Finn beat Finn Balor. It's like, wait a second, we're building the Demon into one of the top guys in the company at the expense of beating Finn Balor, which is not going to hurt because the Demon, we want to be a top guy.
That's interesting.
Yeah. They don't know. I
don't know if that's what they think, but that's how I would discuss this in a booking room.
Now, the only reason I wouldn't think that is because, like you said before, if it seems like they're building Kane for Strowman, then it just seems like that's a loss that's not going to lead to anything when Balor loses. You know what I mean?
Well, Strowman's got to fight some guys. Who's he going to fight? I'll tell you what. Let me tell you something that they've left on the table, and I think they could do a lot of great TV with. You got the Hardys. You got the Shield, dude. I think honestly, Undertaker and Kane, the Brothers of Destruction, would be great characters to interject into that mix right now.
But
you know what I'm saying? Because they've always been super strong as a tag team and portrayed that way. You know what I mean? Like,
it's Hughesy. Hello.
That way. You know what I mean? Like they buried everybody. Like if you brought Taker back and put him and Kane together, it's like, damn, you could do a lot of good TV here. You got the Shield, you got the Hardy Boys, you got Cesaro and Sheamus. You got.
I don't think Taker can even work a halftime schedule.
I was going to say. I think that's what prevents that.
But I'm saying, but here it's tag matches.
Doesn't matter.
But then his partner's still going to be 51 years old, which would be Kane. You know what I mean? So it's not like there's a younger guy in the mix to carry the match or anything like that. Not that Kane can't, but he's older too, is what I mean.
No, I would think that. I think they've left something on the table with the Brothers of Destruction because they're strong. You know what I'm saying?
They may have, but I don't think they can because Undertaker can't really wrestle too much. He's you know what I'm saying? Sounds from everything I hear, he's all broken down, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Conan,
he's got to be 50 something. What?